In the name of Lord Jesus, we begin this afternoon's session by singing hymn 330.
奉爵是圣名开始下午的祷告会，我们一起来唱诗330首。
So before we pray, I would like to use a passage from the scriptures for our mutual encouragement.
咱们还没祷告之前，我们用圣经的一些经文来作为祷告前的勉励。
We can turn to the Gospel of John.
你看约翰福音
Gospel of John from verse 9 to chapter 15. From verse 9 to verse 17. This section of the scriptures talks about Jesus' desires to be the friends of his disciples.
所以约翰福音书15章9到17节，这里讲到说耶稣非常愿意成为他的门徒的朋友。
We know that from chapter 14 it tells us about Jesus told his disciples that he would go to his Father to prepare a place for them.
14章我们看到说，他告诉门徒说，他要到父那里去为他们预备地方。
And then he said to them that he would come again.
他在之后跟他们说，他必再来。
So that where he was, they may also be.
他在哪里呢？他在哪里，他们也会在那里。
Indicating that the Lord would come in the Spirit and would dwell not only among them but also in them individually.
不单止耶稣会以圣灵的方式来到他们身上，就是说在每个人的身上来去内住。
As we all know that one of the functions of the Spirit is to lead the disciples to understand the truth.
其中的一个圣灵的功用呢，就是要让门徒来明白这个真理。
And also to understand the will of the Father.
让他们明白到这个天父的旨意。
Since Jesus would come in the form of the Spirit.
既然耶稣要以圣灵的方式来去
so for the Spirit to tell them the will of the Father or the will of Jesus Christ.
要圣灵来去告诉他们这个天父的旨意。
Then obviously the disciples must follow what the Lord has commanded them to do.
当然门徒一定要照着这个耶稣所吩咐的来去做。
I want you to turn to chapter 15.
我们看这个15章。
John, the Gospel of John, chapter 15.
约翰福音书的第15章。
We read verse 14.
我们看14节。
John chapter 15, verse 14.
约翰福音书的15章14节。
You are my friends if you do whatever I command you.
你们若遵行我吩咐的，就是我的朋友了。
Verse 15.
15节。
No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends, for all things that I heard from my Father I have made known to you.
以后我不再称你们为仆人，因为仆人不知道主人所做的事，我来称你们为朋友，因为从我父所听见的已经都告诉你们了。
Here Jesus Christ expresses his desire towards his disciples.
所以这里耶稣非常的就是告诉他们，他想要在门徒身上所要做的事。
He wanted to be his friend.
就是说要成为他们的朋友。
But there is a condition attached here.
但是这里有一个条件。
That if Jesus were to be their friends, then they must do whatever the Lord said.
如果要耶稣成为他们的朋友的话，他们必须要遵照耶稣的吩咐来去做。
When you look at verse 15 again,
如果我们看第15节的话，
here we can see the relationship between the disciples and Jesus.
我们可以看得到耶稣跟门徒之间的这种关系。
You know that in the world, Jesus was the master.
对世界来说，耶稣就是这个主人。
The disciple was like his followers.
所以这门徒就是跟从他的人。
So obviously it is right to call Jesus the master and the disciples the servants.
当然就是正确的来去称呼耶稣为主人，这些门徒为仆人。
Just like today we know that our Lord is our master.
就好像今天我们的主就是我们的主人。
We who serve in the church are like servants of God.
我们在教会服侍的人就好像是教会里面的仆人一样。
But here Jesus Christ wants to elevate this relationship to a higher level.
那从这里我们看到说，耶稣要把这个关系把它提高一层。
That is, he wanted to be the friends of his disciples.
就是要成为这些门徒的朋友。
Likewise, Jesus Christ also wants to be our friend.
今天同样的，耶稣也要成为我们的朋友。
So if we are the friends of Jesus,
如果我们是耶稣的朋友，
then you find that whatever Jesus has heard from his Father, he would make known to us.
那你发觉到说，耶稣从天父所听到的都会让我们明白。
Meaning that whatever things would come, he would make known to us.
要让我们知道，要让我们明白的，他都会让我们知道。
In a way to give us this sense of understanding and sense of preparation, so that before a challenge comes, we would have known that beforehand.
就是让我们先有一个了解，一个知道知道我们将要面对的这些挑战，这些困难是什么。
We know that in this world, we always say that the world is full of danger.
我们都说世界上是充满很多的危险。
Things in this world are unpredictable.
我们可以说世界上的事情是很难预料的。
Sometimes we are caught unprepared by the sudden happening of an event.
有时候突然所发生的事情我们是措手不及。
To an extent we are not prepared to face it.
就是说我们没有预备好来去面对它。
In our faith, at times we also face with the same situation.
在我们的信仰生活当中啊，我们有时候也是碰到这样的问题。
At times we do not know what to do.
有时候我们不知道我们应该怎么做。
Although we know Jesus and we call him our Father.
虽然我们知道耶稣，我们称呼他为父。
More often than not, we are like caught unprepared.
但是很多时候我们都没有就是说准备好。
The Bible says that Abraham is a friend of God.
圣经将告诉我们说，亚伯拉罕是耶稣是神的朋友。
We first read the book of James.
我们看这个雅各书。
We turn to the book of James.
雅各书。
Turn to the book of James. We read chapter 2.
雅各书我们看这个第2章。
Chapter 2 we read verse 23.
我们看23节。
Chapter 2 verse 23.
2章的23节。
And the scriptures was fulfilled, which says Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God.
这就应验经上所写的，亚伯拉罕信神，这就算他为他的义，他又得称为神的朋友。
Abraham believed in everything that God has said to him.
亚伯拉罕相信神对他所说的一
He
切的
carried
话。
out every instruction that was given to him by God.
神吩咐他的，他都照着来去做。
That's why here, not only he was accounted for righteousness, he was also called the friend of God.
所以这里告诉我们不但只在神的眼中，他称他为义，他又得称为神的朋友。
Isaiah also mentioned about this.
以赛亚书也提到这样的事情。
We turn to the book of Isaiah, chapter 41.
我们看以赛亚书的41章。
Isaiah chapter 41, we read verse 8.
41章的第8节。
Verse 8.
第8节。
But you, Israel, are my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, my friend.
唯你以色列我的仆人，雅各我所拣选的，我朋友亚伯拉罕的后裔。
In the book of Isaiah, Jacob is representation of the community of God.
所以在这个以赛亚书这里说到雅各可以代表这些就是神的这些选民在百姓。
And obviously, the chosen people are the descendants of Abraham.
这就是说神的蒙拣选的百姓就是亚伯拉罕的后裔。
All those who are chosen are called God's servants.
所以那些蒙拣选的都可以称为是神的仆人。
But here we find that God wants to allow to help the people to understand that their forefathers is actually his friend.
但是他要百姓能够明白说，其实他们的列祖亚伯拉罕是他的朋友。
To be God's servant require us to follow God's way.
成为神的仆人，要来去照着神的旨意来去做。
Only then we can become his friend.
这样的话才能够成为他的朋友。
So we find that in our service to God.
所以我们在服侍神的当中。
If we obey God's way.
如果我们照着神的旨意来去做。
Then God will guide us and direct us, will tell us about things that would come.
那神会带领我们，会指导我们，来告诉我们将要发生的事情。
We are given this sense of alertness.
使到我们有这个警醒。
So when danger comes, even before the danger comes,
甚至当危险来之前，
we find that because of God's guidance, we are able to sense the danger.
因为神的带领我们能够察觉到这个危险。
I want you to turn to the book of Genesis.
我们看这个创世纪。
And look at how God treated Abraham.
我们看神怎么来去对待亚伯拉罕。
We turn to Genesis chapter 18.
我们看亚伯拉罕的创世纪的第18章。
Genesis chapter 18.
创世纪的第18章。
We read verse 17.
我们看第17节。
Chapter 18, verse 17.
18章的17节。
And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I'm doing?
神说，我要做的事岂能瞒着亚伯拉罕呢
？Indicating that God would like to disclose all things to Abraham, his friend.
就是告诉我们说，神非常的愿意来让亚伯拉罕知道他想要做的事情。
Because Abraham had faith in God and in His word.
因为神对亚伯拉罕对神的话是大有信心的。
That's why when you read on from verse 17,
所以17节之后
God made known to him his intention to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah.
之后呢，神就告诉他，神的意思是要把所多玛和俄摩拉来去毁灭。
It was something that God did not actually need to tell Abraham about.
其实神是不需要来去告诉亚伯拉罕的。
Because Abraham was his friend.
但是因为亚伯拉罕是他的朋友。
That's why God told him beforehand.
所以神在还没有做这件事之前来去告诉他。
So upon hearing what the Lord said,
所以听到神这样来说这样的事情之后
we find that Abraham interceded for this Sodom and Gomorrah.
那我们发觉到说亚伯拉罕就为所多玛和俄摩拉来去代求。
At that time, his nephew was in Sodom.
因为当时他的这个侄儿他是在这个所多玛。
So Abraham continued to pray for God's mercy not to destroy the city of Sodom and Gomorrah.
亚伯拉罕继续的来去为所多玛和俄摩拉来去代求。
So the second part of chapter 18 is like a bargain between God and Abraham.
那发觉到18章的之后呢，下半段呢记载是好像神跟亚伯拉罕的在那里讨价还价。
Finally, God said to Abraham,
最后呢，神对亚伯拉罕说
I will not destroy the city for the sake of 10.
所以最后呢，他的那个就是说，如果在这城里面呢有10个义人我就不会把这个城来去毁灭掉。
And yet, they weren't 10 people who were righteous.
但是我们发觉到说，连10个义人都没有。
But finally, God still saved Lot and his family.
但是最终神还是救了罗德和他一家。
We turn to chapter 19.
我们可以看这个19章。
We read verse 29.
19章的29节。
Chapter 19, verse 29.
19章的29节。
And it came to pass when God destroyed the cities of the plain that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot had dwelt.
当神毁灭平原诸城的时候，他纪念亚伯拉罕正在倾覆罗德所住之城的时候，就打发罗德从倾覆之中出来。
So why did God send Lot out of the midst of the overthrow?
为什么神把这个罗德从这个当中把他给救出来呢
？Here it says because God remembered Abraham.
这里说得很清楚，因为神纪念亚伯拉罕。
It is like on account of Abraham's faith that Lot was saved.
看起来是因为亚伯拉罕的信心所以罗德就蒙拯救。
Because Abraham had interceded for the city.
因为亚伯拉罕为这个城来去代求。
So here we can see the benefits of becoming a friend of God.
所以从这里我们就看得到成为神的朋友的好处。
So sometimes we find that danger might be coming our way.
有时候发觉到说这个危险朝着我们这里来。
Or we see that the faith of our children is being challenged.
那我发觉到我们的孩子的信仰受到挑战。
But we are not able to sense it.
但是我们却察觉不到。
We are not able to see the danger coming.
那我们看不到这个危险的到来。
Because God has not alerted us.
因为神没有来去提醒我们、警觉我们。
The reason is very simple because we are not God's friend.
理由是非常的简单，因为我们不是神的朋友。
That's why sometimes we find that our children might suffer shipwreck in their faith.
那有时候我们发觉到我们孩子的信仰就是好像破船一样。
So in the church we need this sense of alertness.
所以在教会里面我们也需要这样的一种警醒。
So that we can look after the church and look after the spiritual well-being of the church.
那我们能够好好的来去看顾教会，也能够把教会来去看好。
So that we are able to look after the spiritual well-being of our own family members.
也直到我们能够来去看顾好我们家人的这种信仰。
But the important thing is that first we must follow God's way, must keep His commandments.
重点的就是我们首先要来去遵守神的道路。
We turn back to John chapter 15.
我们看回约翰福音书的第15章。
Chapter 15.
第15章
we read verse 14 again.
我们再念这个第14节
You are my friends if you do whatever I command you.
你们若遵行我吩咐的，就是我的朋友了
So whatever God has commanded us to do,
所以神所吩咐我们做的一切
so if we do them, then God shall become our friend. Then He will make known to us what is about to come.
那神就成为我们的朋友，让我们知道说要发生的事
So in a way, we can guard ourselves to against anything that is harmful to our faith.
那我们可以提防自己来不受这些对我们信仰有伤害的事情
We know that things will become worse than ever before.
我们知道事情会比之前更加的严重
So if we God-fearing, we keep His word.
我们来说，我们以一个敬畏神的心来去遵守他的诫命
Then you find that God will help us to warn us beforehand, so that we can, avoid from falling into the traps of Satan.
那神会来去警告提醒我们，使到我们不掉入这个撒旦的陷阱
Well, if you look at another example,
我们看另外一个例子
we turn to the book of Revelations, chapter 2.
我们看启示录的第2章
Revelations, chapter 2.
启示录的第2章
Here it talks about the church in Smyrna.
这里是提到这个在这个士美拿的教会
That is from verse 8 onwards.
是在第8节之后
Here God warned the church beforehand what Satan would do to them.
这神在这里提醒刚才的当时的教会这个魔鬼会在当中做些什么事
Even before Satan, went to attack the church,
甚至这撒旦这个魔鬼还没有人去攻击教会之前
God, first warned the church beforehand.
已经之前已经事先已经来去提醒警告教会
We read verse 10.
我们看这个第10节
Chapter 2, verse 10.
第2章的第10节
Do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Indeed, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crowns of life.
你将要受的苦，你不用怕，魔鬼要把你们中间几个人下在监里，叫你们被试验，你们必受患难10日，你务要至死忠心，我就赐给你们那生命的冠冕。
So verse 10 tells us about what the church was about to face.
所以第10节这里告诉我们这个教会将要面对的问题。
So God told them beforehand is like to prepare them.
所以神在之前还没发生之前来告诉他们，让他们来去预备好，
encouraging them to be faithful until death.
来鼓励他们来去至死忠心。
It's like to give them enough time to prepare themselves.
看起来给他们足够的时间来预备好自己。
So you can see the benefits of becoming a God's friend.
所以从这里我们能够看得到成为神朋友的这种好处。
We know that in Revelation, the church in Smyrna is one of the two perfect churches.
所以士美拿在这个启示录里面所提到的士美拿是其中的2间的这个其中一间的这个我们说这个美好完全的教会。
Because God did not rebuke the church.
因为神没有在这里来去责备当时的教会。
So meaning that the relationship with God was very close.
看起来他们跟神之间的关系是非常的好。
That's the reason why we must, make sure that our relationship with God is good.
所以这里要告诉我们跟神之间的关系一定要好。
So in this way, God will direct us and guide us in times of difficulty.
那神会在我们的困难挑战当中来去带领指引我们。
So in this way, we will not fall into the snare of the wicked one.
这样的话，我们就不会掉入这个恶者的网罗里。
We will not be caught, unprepared by the wicked one.
我们就不会因此被这个魔鬼还没有准备好的，就是说被他来去抓拿了。
So we hope that we do our very best with the help of the Spirit.
我们尽我们能力，借着圣灵的能力，
to become God's friend by first keeping His commandment and His truth.
成为他的朋友，来去好好遵守神的道理、神的真理。
Now, for those who would like to receive the laying of hands, please come to the front.
那些需要接受按手的，可以到前面来。
So we also pray for the church.
我们也为教会来去祷告。
Let's pray together.
我们一起祷告。
In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, we pray.